That too. All right, everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Yesterday we had our full team kickoff meeting. As I know most of you are aware, Craig Stammen did an outstanding job speaking to the team, setting the vision for the season. John and I had the opportunity to speak to the team this morning, and we're really excited for this team and what we can accomplish this season. Before we take questions, I just want to once again say thank you to our fans. We have the best fans in baseball. The support we've received over these many years now has been amazing, has allowed us to continue to have a top 10 payroll and compete for a championship. And we're just incredibly grateful and excited for opening day to see Petco Park filled again with our fans and feel that excitement that I know our players feed off of. And we've been the beneficiaries of one of the best home field advantages in professional sports because of our fans, and we want to make sure we get the opportunity, as always, to say thank you. So with that, happy to take any questions.
John, can you just talk about getting the deal done with AJ? What was important about getting that deal done and getting it done now?
What was important about getting the deal done is AJ's been the architect of the team, and without AJ's roster building over the duration, we wouldn't be where we are today. AJ and I have had discussions since February last year about conceptually extending him after the offseason. We began discussions. I know there's been a lot of speculation as to why it's taken so long. I think AJ addressed that. It's taken so long in part because our schedules have been incompatible. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I prefer to have discussions like that in person. And with AJ's travel to Japan and the East Coast and me a different travel to the East Coast, we've really only been in person 4 times since the end of the season, and the fourth and final discussion was yesterday, where we came to an agreement. So we're glad to have AJ extended on a multi-year deal, and we're looking forward to a successful 26 in years to come.
How long is the extension?
We're not discussing that publicly or the other terms. That's a private matter.
John, let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Your sale of the team has been front and center. What's the update on whether or not it's going to be put on the block, and if you have talked to any potential buyers?
BDT and MSD partners are the club's advisors in the sale process. They're conducting a robust process. We've had tremendous interest. There has been interest. Some parties have been reported in the press, others have not. There are more parties interested than has been reported. Process like this, like AJ likes to say, every off-season is different and plays out in its own timing. Sales process also plays out in its own timing, and over the next few months, the process will come to a logical conclusion.
What is the main reason that you are parting with this asset?
I'm not going to answer that question today.
Jeff, was it important to you to have AJ done before the team was sold?
I don't necessarily think so. AJ was under contract, as you know, through the end of the season. So it was important to get it done certainly before the end of the season. And we're glad to get it done early because it just allows us to return 100% of our focus to the baseball product going on the field and what we're doing at Petco Park for the fans.
But I think because of your fondness and your brother's fondness for AJ, having him protected in the long term once the team is sold has to be important.
That's certainly a positive in my mind, and I'm sure it's a positive in AJ's as well.
Can you speak to AJ's role, like what you guys have done in refurbishing Petco Park continually, making the game experience, but what has AJ and his guys' role been in bringing the fans out and making it an attractive product?
Yeah, there's not a single thing that we've accomplished over the last decade that AJ and I have been working together that's possible without the contributions of everybody in the organization. And that starts with AJ's leadership on the baseball side, the opportunity that I have to lead on the business side, and the great collaboration and working relationship that we've had over the last decade. So, I had the opportunity to speak with AJ last night shortly after I became aware from John that they had reached a final agreement, and just congratulated him, and he's really excited. I don't, not many of us have our contract situation discussed as a matter of public interest. It's not the most fun experience to have to go through. AJ is fundamentally a pretty private guy, and so I think as John mentioned, it's a relief for him to know that this is behind him now. It's a relief for the organization. It's something that we don't have to continue to focus on. and most importantly, we can continue to do what we've been doing for the last decade, which is, I believe, operate one of the better franchises in professional sports. And I think the success that we've had is a testament to AJ's leadership, my leadership, and the great work of so many people in our organization. And last but not least, just the incredible support we receive from our fans.
You said you two have been together a long time. What is the kind of the working dynamic back and forth? How do you guys communicate? How do you guys kind of, what's the ebb and flow there?
Yeah, I would characterize it as deep mutual respect. I think when you go through the highs and lows of building something like this, coming close to winning championships but not yet breaking through, I've got a tremendous amount of respect for him, what we've been through, what we're trying to build, and ultimately what we're trying to do. And so, he and I are in constant communication along with John, and all key decisions that we're making as an organization, are conversations that we're all having. And so, we've had a lot of success, and I think that's a testament to the strong working relationship that we have, and excited for that to continue.
John, can you say whether or not a contingency of the sale of the team will be long-term stability for the Padres in San Diego?
The Padres are moving from San Diego.
John, what sort of qualities do you want to see from the next owner?
We would like to see what everybody would like to see. We would like to see somebody with ties to San Diego, a deep love of San Diego, and a deep love of baseball, so they can continue doing the work that we do in the community and providing the product on the field that the fans enjoy.
You had a close relationship that AJ had with your brother. What would Peter have thought of today's news and the extension that he will be here for even longer to look for his...
I think Peter would be happy that AJ was extended. Peter and AJ had a mutual love and respect of each other and worked together great for so many years, and I'm glad to extend AJ.
Just to clarify, you say the Padres not leaving San Diego. Is that going to be written into a sale contract? The team has to stay for a certain number of years?
I can't speak as to any details as to what may or may not be negotiated with an ultimate buyer, but if you look, a new buyer would be nuts to move the team out of San Diego. With the second highest attendance in all of baseball last year, we've been in the top 5 for the last 5 or 6 seasons. San Diego is a great place for baseball. Baseball is the only major sport in San Diego right now, so the opportunity is in San Diego, not elsewhere.
Erik, you've been through a lockout before. Are there any preparations being made right now in case there's a lockout, this winter?
Yeah, our primary focus right now is on 26, and I think we'll turn our attention to 27 in earnest as we get closer to 27. But anytime there's a CBA that's going to be up, we always plan for all potential outcomes and contingencies. So some of that planning has already taken place, but the full focus, especially now that we're in camp and getting ready for the season, is on 26.